All right, what is up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be doing some more testing on the sim. This time playing Mono Black Sakazuki. That's right, ST-06 Sakazuki. And just to give you guys a heads up, I have been working on my overlay. I've got a new one lined up soon. This is kind of what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like. I'm just not done with it yet. This is like, you know, a little sneak peek at how it's going to look. Okay, so but we're not going to overlay it for now because all these yellow lines are still poking through from the last overlay. All right, so just to give you guys a heads up there. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into this game, guys. So while this first hand's go, this is against Arlong. Don't worry, I think we go against Red Purple Luffy and Purple Luffy later. There's 3 games on here, and I think I'm going to be honest. I honestly think that like the brand new Rob Lucci, Hina, Rebecca engine, and Sabo, we'll throw Sabo in there too. Why not? I think that engine can make pretty much any black deck work. And then once we get Gecko Moria, okay, that's just one extra tool that can make it work, right? So, and I think you'll kind of see that as this goes on, right? Because if Sakazuki can win, and I get it, it's just the sim, I understand. But if Sakazuki can start winning, then that's saying something, right? Okay, so this guy, Arlong, starts off with a cracker, and knocks me down to 4 life. I take it, and then I'm playing out a Kuzan here, draw a card, and yeah. I don't think I attacked there for a reason. I can't remember. Oh, that's right, because he has Cracker on the board, obviously. I don't want to give him the ability to double attack me, so I did not attack his life at all. All right, you need to know what cards do. You need to know how to play around cards, right? That's very important. Sorry, guys. Let me put on 2x speed, too. My apologies. Okay. So now he's going to swing 7 at me. I take it. He's going to swing 7 more. Okay, I don't want to take too many of these 7s in a row, right? So I do counter out of that one. He plays a Sanji from it. That's just part of Arlong's ability where he can play out a 4-cost or less trigger character if he attacks for 7 and taps 1. So it's like a 3 Dawn investment. Okay, so I go ahead and I -4 his Sanji and KO it with my Hina because my thoughts are I'm going to attack the Cracker. Right, the Cracker is technically more important. However, I can make him waste cards from hand here, or I just get the board back. So I swing 2 5k attacks into Cracker. He takes the bait. He trashes 2 more cards from his hand to save it. And hey, he has more life than me. I don't care that he has Cracker. And just to put things in perspective, guys, that last turn there, I used my leader's effect. So Hina. So on a 6 Dawn turn, okay, he KOs my Kuzan there, but on a 6 Dawn turn, I go play Hina, establish a 5k body, -4 to your character, KO it with my leader. You know, like that. That is pretty nice. Okay, and then he plays out a blocker, that 3-cost card there. I think it's Penguin, and he is just a 3-cost 2k blocker with a 1k counter, I believe. So I'm just going to swing 5 into it. He's probably going to give me the little blocker there like I was showing. Swing 5 more into it, and I'm just going to keep doing this, right? He's starting to figure out, like, wait a minute. This guy's literally eating every card off my board. And it's like, yep, but it's probably too late. So now I establish 2 of the 4-cost Kuzans, draw 2 cards from it. You know, just, I will say this, guys. Kuzan in Sakazuki, in Mono Black Sakazuki, is very nice because it sets you up for later. So look at this. Now he's starting to attack my characters. He's like, okay, you know, oh crap. You know, I'm starting to fall too far behind. Okay, so check out this hand, guys. I've got some Sabos. I've got some cost reduction. I've got Rob Lucci for some nice KO. So I attack into him for 7 to see what he'll give me, and I -4 him to put him at 3. He trashes a card from life with his leader's effect. And I'm like, okay, now I'm going to punish you, right? Like, now's my chance to punish. So I -4 there, -2 here. I could have done it the other way around. It didn't matter. And I'm going to play out a Lucci, KO both your characters. I'm swinging 5 at life. Let's see if he gets a trigger. Yeah, that's one thing you always have to worry about when it comes to the decks that run yellow. No trigger. Swing 5 more at life. He blocks out. And your turn. I'm sitting on a full board, and he's in trouble, right? I don't have like crazy counters in hand, but I do have 2 life left, right? So I'm pretty safe, and I can drop blockers next turn if I need to. He plays a Yamato, KOs one of my Kuzans, and then he tries to swing 7 or 6 or whatever that was into my other Kuzan, and I get 2 1Ks out of it, and I'm still fine. Okay, so I swing 5 here, -4 to the Yamato. Okay, swing 5. And I think I'm going to try and KO the Yamato, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, I just go for lethal here, because there's just no... Okay, yep, so now I just swing for the biggest number, and you're done, 14. And GG, that was the first one there. So you guys saw what happened at the end. He only had, like, 2 cards left in hand and 2 life, so it's like, okay, I'll just swing 5 as many times as I can, and then just go out from there. And otherwise, if I could not have gotten through with those with these 5 attacks, realistically, like, safely... then okay, then I just established some blockers, right? I'll put down, I would have 8 Dawn left, so I could have gone Rebecca and Borsellino. Okay? All right, so that's the first game. All right, 1 second, guys. Let me get the other game here. Next one up is Purple Luffy. All right, let me go full screen. Let me go 2x speed, and we are off to the races. So, just to put things in perspective, I don't think that this deck is just like unbelievable or anything like that. I think there are better black decks to run, obviously, like blue-black Sakazuki, even though that's blue and black. But I will say this. With the addition of Hina, or excuse me, Rebecca, that's what I meant to say, that whole combo we were talking about earlier with Branu, Hina, Lucci, and Sabo, all these different cards, it really is nice. Like, it really does give you a lot of staying power. And the cards you're having to trash with your leader effect, you're actually getting back. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not as bad as it used to be where you're trashing a card. Now it's kind of just pay 3 and KO a character if it has 0 cost or less. Okay, so he swings for 6 here. I think I 2K'd out and 2K out of this one. Or no, I took the 6K, and then I counter out of these 2 5Ks. I think that's what happened. I missed it. I was talking too much. And check out this start, guys. This guy's starting off with a full board. He goes, quadruple 5K, or, well, 5K and 6Ks here. Like, very strong bodies. So I'm like, okay, how do I deal with this? Well, let's attack into what we can, with Kuzan here. I was going to swing 6. I'm like, no, let's just -4 this guy. Swing 5 into your 5K. He lets it go. Okay, well, I have 6 Dawn to work with here. So, in my mind, I'm thinking, I really want to use my leader's effect, but now's not the time, unfortunately. I need to establish a blocker. I need to establish bodies. And in this case, I get a 2K counter back. I throw out a Hina as bait. And I'm like, okay, I've got a blocker now. I've got a 2K in hand. He wants to KO my Kuzan for sure. My 4 cost 5K Kuzan. I'm going to have to just bait that out to slow him down because I'm pretty far behind. He decides to go face. Right here, I'm like, okay, either he has an insane follow-up or he's about to lose this game, right? That's all that's going through my head is like his follow-up play here, because I think he can get to 7 Dawn with his leader effect. Okay, and I'm like, okay, I'll take that one. And if he swings 5 with a leader, okay, he gets to 7. So now, of course, we're thinking Kid, right? Eustace Kid or even Paulie in certain situations. So I'm like, okay, I'll just counter out here with Rebecca. Or excuse me, I had the 2K that I'd gotten from the last life. So it's just an easy save where I get to save the blocker. Okay, in this situation here, I'm going to swing 5 and -4 to... Swing 5 at the 5K and -4 to his 6K. Let's see if he gives me any cards from hand. You always want to try to battle with what's on the board first. You want to try to get as much value out of these cards as possible. And that just KOs him. So you see that? So he lets that go. I'm thinking 2 things right now. Either he doesn't have a lot of counter power in his hand, or he just has to save, well, this kind of goes hand in hand. If he doesn't have a lot of counter power, that means he's got some big boss cards coming in. So I swing 5 there to tap down the Hina just to make sure. I actually forgot, by the way, but it ended up working nicely where it's like, okay, maybe he'll try to attack into this. Because at the current stage of the game, I'd rather him attack into my Hina instead of my face. You see what I'm saying? I would rather that act as like a 1K or a 2K counter. He plays out a Magellan, sets me back. I'm not going to be able to play my Kuzan on curve, which is unfortunate. And now he's going to swing 8 at my Kuzan. I'm not letting that go without a fight. And let's see what he does here. He's got 3 more Dawn to attach, swing 9 into Kuzan, because he got +1K for the turn from the 7 cost, what's his name, Eustace Kid. So I would rather sacrifice my Borsellino in this situation, because I have plenty of life, and I'd rather just, keep my Kuzan on the board to be able to reduce things. So, okay, swing 6 at life. I'm going to pay 3 here. I believe I'm going to pay 3 here. Yeah, use action, trash my Isho to KO that guy. And then I'm going to swing 6, and then swing 7. That's the plan here, right? Just now I need to present as many threats as possible, because I'm not able... my hand is a little bit bricked, right? These Sengokus, I'll talk about it later in the game, and of course I'll post the deck list down below if you guys want to try this deck out, or give me some ideas on what you think it should be. I'll put the deck list down there. And he just popped my whole board for the most part, like really, really not good. So if he swings into my Lucia here, I'm pretty sure I just counter out of this. Just give him 2 1Ks because I'm thinking I can just win the game next turn. And I need to win the game next turn. That's what's going through my head. He's used a Khalifa 2K counter, 2 ulti 2K counters. I'm like, okay, I basically need to go 9 and 11 here. That's kind of my only chance. Swing for 9, swing for 11. I thought about playing Kuzan here, but it's like, no, if he plays out of Kaido, he gets all the tempo back and he gets to untap and all this other stuff. I'd rather just win the game right here, take the opportunity, and just, put a nail in the coffin, so to speak. Sorry, I totally forgot what I was saying before that, guys. I lost my train of thought. But, oh yeah, I was talking about the Sengokus. The 5-cost 6K Sengokus that whenever they attack, they have Kuzan's effect to -4 to a character for the turn. -4 of their cost. Okay, I think my opponent is realizing the game is over, and that's what's taking him so long. So that's why this is, again, the game's over here, so I pack everything on here, swing 12, GG. Okay, let's see what's in his hand, because I think he does concede. Or maybe he counters out. Oh, excuse me, he does counter out and goes down to 0 cards, so he had just enough. But now it's like, okay, if you did not get a blocker, you lose the game. You can swing with all your characters if you want to. It does not matter. You lose the game. There's no way out of it. Maybe a Rush Kaido could have done something there, like where he could have, potentially gotten out of it that way. But it's over at this point. Okay, and he had a 2K in hand, but that's just not going to do anything for him. He could have KO'd my character, and I could have just swung through at face. All right, let's move on to the next game here. The last one. This one's against Red-Purple Luffy. Let me go full screen, 2x speed. Okay, so again, some of these cards, like the Sengoku, they're just there as a means to test them out, and I don't think I used it one time. So this deck can actually use some improvements. Like it can actually get better from where it's at, and I will post that in the comment section below of what the list was. And I want to know what you guys have to say as usual. And I want to know what y'all think. Did y'all, after seeing these games, what y'all think? Like, man, is this something that can be, is it something that can work out eventually? Will Gecko Moria give this deck what it needs to get to the next level? Because a lot of people are probably thinking, like, well, why would you run this one over Blue-Black Sakazuki? Well, and I think the simple answer to that is we can just run almost a no-event version of the deck and still have all the KO we needed. Like, we'll be able to run the Helmeppos. Like, for example, the Sengoku that I have down there at the bottom left, and by the way, I'm just trying to eat up the board as much as I can here. And it looks like he's going to try and counter out of this. But with a mono black version, we don't need all the cost, or excuse me, we don't need all the Hound Blazes and the removal on the characters, because we have it on our leader. We could just run more on play cost reduction and get value out of it that way, and then play Gecko, Morias, and Rebecca's to refresh our value, to get extra value. Okay, so I play out the Kuzan here. This is like a nightmare to like any kind of deck that's running big, like any kind of purple deck that's trying to run real big. If they don't have a Poly or a King or something to remove Kuzan, they are always in fear of losing their character, right? Because they don't. Well, okay, I was gonna say in a Sakazuki deck, they're gonna know I have like a Hound Blaze or a Borsalino, right? Well, in the mono black Sakazuki deck, I have KO printed on my character, on my leader. Excuse me. so there's no way to stop it, like, right? If I want to KO it, it's gone. Okay, so again, these Sengokus are not really that effective in my opinion, so I'm just trashing them for 1K counters, and now I'm going to eat this board up. So he's starting to realize, like, okay, this is not good. So he goes for my brand new just to clear up some of the board, and he also wants me to swing with my Kuzan. Okay, which by the way, I'm going to. I'm absolutely going to, because I have another one in hand, and I have a blocker on the board already, and I'm going to put down another blocker as well. So I swing 5 at this, what's he called, Basil Hawkins. Draw a card, play out the other attacker. I should have swung first, but, oh well, I don't think it would change much, but it's still technically the right thing to do. So he plays out the 10-cost Luffy, does it correctly where he gets to swing for 7, going at my Kuzan, obviously, and I'm like, okay, this is the one I can counter out of, so I need to do that now, and then I can double block her next turn. Or remember, he's going to get 2 turns in a row here. I'll double block her this turn so that I can KO his Luffy. That was pretty much all that was going through my head right here. Okay, so he's really thinking about it, and he knows that, right? He understands that's what's going to happen. So he's like, okay, if he had I don't know if he had one in hand right now, but if he had a Diable Jambe, he should have absolutely used it right there just to slow me down some. Okay, so swing 6, -4 to your dude. I've got everything I need in hand. Okay, cool. Give me cards from your hand. Swing 6, again, -4. Great Eruption. Use my effect to trash Lucci to KO that. Play my Rebecca. I could get back Lucci if I needed it, but it's not going to be good against here. I'll just get back a Borsellino in your turn. Like, it's basically lockdown here, right? Like, there's whatever this guy plays is going to be KO'd now, right? And I mean on board. On board, it's KO'd. Nothing from hand. So here's the Diablo Jambe. I don't know when he drew that, obviously, but if he did not play that last turn, he should have, right? To get these guys off the board. Okay, and I get an Isho. I'm like, you know what? That seems pretty good to me. So okay, we load up, you know, of course I'm going to attack with the leader for 6. No reason not to. I don't remember if I swing a Kuzan or not. Okay, he's considering if there's a trigger or not. That's what's taking so long. Yeah, we're just waiting on him to choose the trigger or not. He probably got another Diablo Jambe, but there's no target because it can hit a 3 or less. Cost 3 or less. Okay, play out the Isho. Yeah, I did not swing with the Kuzan. Your turn. And now my board is absolutely menacing, right? I've got this Isho in play. That's an 8 cost 9k. I can KO this character with what's on the board, right? 4, 3, excuse me. Well, I need one more card, and there it is, right? So this is just like, okay, I'm going to attack him for 5, even though it won't go through, so that I can -4 to his Newgate. All right, he's going to take that, obviously, KO there with Kuzan, and the game's over now, right? I have 3 life, I have a blocker, I have my 4 cost 5k Kuzan that can reduce things, I have 10 cost Kuzan that reduces things, and I have my Isho. It is total lockdown. There's nothing he can do to stop us here. And he just passes. I think he just gave up here unless he had nothing in hand. Because I'm just going to swing for small numbers and put more blockers down. Swing 6. The writing's got to be on the wall for him. He has to realize this game's over at this point. Okay. Swing for 9. He'll probably rad beam out. Yep. Swing for 10. He'll take this last one. And then I'm going to go Borsellino, Rebecca, grab a 2k. Your turn. It's your turn, sir. Right, that's all she wrote, right? There's no getting out of this one. Awesome. And that's what he had in his hand, by the way. Not exactly a dead hand, but also not great. He's just, you know, he already went through his Luffy. We completely weathered the storm, so he just had nothing left. Excuse me. All right, guys. Well, like I said, next time you see one of these, I do plan on doing more of these. The overlay will probably be looking like this with the, you know, I'll obviously remove the black and yellow one and have just this black and white one down. I think this one's a lot less cluttery, a lot less distracting, because a few people did complain about this black and yellow one being a little bit distracting with the offsetting of the offset triangles, and I totally understand that. But yeah, so like I said, in the future, be looking for this. All right, guys, tell me what y'all think in the comment sections below. What do y'all think about Mono Black Sakazuki? I think in my next video of these, I might revisit this leader again, changing out some of the cards, maybe even doing a OP-06 version with the 1-cost Helmeppos for more combo potential with Gecko Moria, or staying in OP-05 and trying out a little bit of Black-Green Isho. We'll have to see what happens. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.